On this episode of RevTalks, we're joined by Ahmad, founder and CEO of MediVerticals. How you doing today?
Pretty good, Mason. Thank you very much for having me here.
Awesome. Thank you so much for jumping on the podcast. So can you give us a high-level overview of MediVerticals and what you're building?
All right. So MediVerticals is a AI-powered healthcare marketing and optimization company. And what we do is we help practices with go-to-market. We help new practices launch their businesses, as well as we help existing practices grow their practice.
Awesome. Yeah. So, I mean, it sounds like you're handling the go-to-market side of these medical companies and helping them with their client acquisition process. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So, for example, currently we are helping two different companies. One is a product within the healthcare space. It is designed to improve the quality and well-being of us humans, right? And with the skin treatment. And the second one is a stem cell research therapy clinic, which is we just launched. They just launched that in Dallas, Texas, and we are helping them with their complete digital and physical presence here in Dallas.
Amazing.
Mhm.
So you spent 7 years as a lead technical architect at American Express. So how does an enterprise architect end up in healthcare marketing?
Wow, that's a pretty interesting question. So, yes. So, by heart, I am a solution architect. So, like, whenever I look at the problem, I'm trying to solve it and I approach marketing as a problem that I'm solving. So, whatever we are doing at MediVerticals is a very prescribed architecture approach. And so, but let me come back. So you asked me like how I ended up there. So my journey is a little bit interesting in the sense that I'm originally from Pakistan. I launched my first software company as I was in Pakistan, and as part of the first company and my second startup, I had no introduction of marketing side of the business. And I blame my second venture failure to marketing. And I had no option but to figure it out. And I did. And we became so much good at that we started adding clients for that. And then here we are. So we are a full service marketing company now, and we run multiple assets within that space.
Awesome. Yeah. So, I mean, it sounds like you felt the pain directly when you created your first startup. And by contrast, now you're going into marketing to solve those that directly experience that kind of pain that you had when you first had your first
Absolutely. Like,
company.
I mean, as
Yeah.
you said that, I feel that in my body right now. That I mean, so the lack of marketing we as engineers focus on is like ridiculous. Like, I mean, so we still belong to the tribe. You built it, they will come. So engineers, doctors, all of these deep tech and deep licensed professionals, they focus on their trade so much that they ignore the marketing completely. And marketing is something that we are helping with a lot now.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. You've also said that doctors are trained to care for patients and not to run marketing and operations. So, what do independent practices get wrong first?
So when the doctors launch their practices, they focus on two vertical things. That's the way system has been set up for a very long time. The way system works is that the insurance is referring the patients and doctor receive patients, doctor provide good care, good services to their patients, and the business flourish from that point forward. Right? And that is changing with the innovations, with the technology, especially with ChatGPT and all the LLM models out there. Like everybody is half the doctor these days, right? So they are self-treating themselves and coming in with doctors with a lot of knowledge also. The doctors, what they get wrong is that they never focus on marketing. They never do a go-to-market. And that is a major shift in doctors. Like we are seeing more inquiries in that space. And it's very easy to explain to doctor, okay, yes, they need help. But 10 years ago, 5 years ago, you go back and you talk to doctor, they said, I'm going to launch the clinic. My name is going to go into XYZ insurance companies and people are going to find me or they're going to call me now. And to date, like you will talk to many doctors who are running their practices for 20, 30 years, and they don't even have a website because they belong to that old system where patients were flowing in from the insurances and that's how they built their customer base. And we strongly believe that is not going to work for anybody who is new or who started their clinic in last 4 or 5 years.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. So, I mean, basically, what you're saying is that over the past long time, really, doctors have been relying on referrals from their insurance partners to get most of their business. However, what you're saying is that you saw a gap in the market from the advancements in technology and the differences since doctors' offices have existed. And it's harder for doctors nowadays to get new patients. And to rely on just referrals from insurance partners is a bit unreliable. So you've
Yes.
essentially created a streamlined process for doctors to get new patients.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we strongly believe that just having a clinic, just having a website, or just having a social media presence is not going to win you the patients. You need a system, you need a predictable, consistent marketing, which is going to create a consistent chain of patient acquisition. We all know that if you are especially practicing in the larger cities, people are coming in and going out. Work moves them, family moves them, and Mm, I live in, for example, Dallas. Dallas, Texas. There are a lot of people moving into DFW constantly, and they are looking for their primary care physician. They are looking for specialties, right? And I mean, the biggest of all, the way people search for doctors has changed. Back then, you go to Google, open the map, you read reviews, you check out here and there. That's how your typical search for the doctor was. Today, everything is going into LLM models. You are asking ChatGPT. The ChatGPT is doing the one or two or three recommendations. You are not given the tons of options anymore, and people are searching from very few select doctors. And so the methods have changed, and the importance of marketing has changed. Digital marketing is far more important than what it used to be back then. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we even see this nowadays on a regular basis. If you go onto Google and you do a search in for anything, the first thing that comes up is literally their AI model, Gemini, and it gives you a response. So being one of those first doctors to come up when somebody looks up for a family practice in their area must be extremely important to get consistently new patients and to grow the practice.
Absolutely. Back then, you used to optimize for people, then you started optimizing for Google first, and then people. Now you have to optimize for AI and Google and people. So there's more work on the digital marketing side, but more and more people are shifting to AI and using AI to get the care they need.
For sure. And Ahmad, so your line is that healthcare marketing shouldn't be an expense and it should return 3 times in 12 to 24 months. So what do you actually use to get there?
So it's a series of tools that we use. So we have a flywheel that we apply, which includes, for of course, uplift of their website, their social presence, their map presence. A lot of people just think about, for example, Google Maps. They forgot there is a thing called Bing Maps also. They forgot there is a thing called very important Apple Maps. I have seen many clinics not present on Apple Maps because Apple Maps require licenses from the clinic to be registered in Apple Map, right? So there is a whole map strategy for that. And then the other aspects come into play, which includes the presentation of doctor to build the trust, make doctor available on social media, make doctor available on online, build their credibility in the digital world. They have gone through school for so long. They have so much experience. They are so good at what they do. But most of the time, the digital world doesn't know that. So there is a whole flywheel of different aspects of marketing that we complete. And the idea is that, okay, if they are spending 25, 30, $40,000 in a year, and their revenue should be positively impacted by at least 3 times of that within 12 to 24 years, 24 months.
Yeah, makes sense. So, I mean, it seems like MediVerticals isn't just your average marketing agency or any sort of software solution. You act as their marketing partner in creating visibility around their practice, showing consumers and people in the area that they're reliable and that there's somebody that you can actually trust. And not only that, but actually creating a presence around the doctors that actually run, work at, and own that practice because they've gone to school for such a long period of time just not to show what they're capable of and to actually build trust with their potential patients and clients.
Absolutely. Like, our strategy has been centered around the Google EAT, which is EEAT, expertise, experience, authoritativeness, and trust. So we work on all four pillars and build the empire, the business on top of it.
Awesome. And you're also running along MediVerticals, apparel and bags, and IT verticals all at once. So where does that get hard?
It doesn't get hard. Like, I mean, I love it, first of all, right? And Apparel and Bags gives us this. Apparel and Bags is a promotional products company, and it allows us to service our healthcare clients with their uniforms, with their supplies, with their printing demands, with their giveaway items, with their, if they are joining any healthcare exhibition, we do their table covers, we do their backdrops. So we pretty much, once we go into a healthcare clinic, a practice, we replace many different small vendors for them. And our account managers are able to take care of them at very high level. So not only the digital side of the business, we are a traditional marketing company that does all of the promotional products and the printing services also. So
Got it.
that combines, and then the IT vertical side comes in with ton of experience in AI implementation when it comes to chatbot, when it comes to conversational AI, when it comes to implementation of complex system. For example, we delivered a membership-based portal for a healthcare membership institute out of Europe. So we do so many different things between these three pillars and these three brands that we have.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it sounds like all of the companies that you've had and that you've built, they really complement each other and they really go hand in hand. They operate
Absolutely.
almost as like a flywheel. They all operate together almost as one.
Yep, that's how it works.
Awesome. And so, what does the rest of 2026 look like for MediVerticals?
I'm very excited. Actually, I mean, I have seen a little bit of depressed air in the market, but I am very excited. I think 2026 is going to be wonderful. It has been very good for us. We have grown this year quite a bit, and I think that trajectory is going to continue, and rest of the year is going to be wonderful. We have more inquiries and more contacts than ever before.
Awesome. Well, Ahmad, this has been great. Where can people find you? What's your company website and your LinkedIn?
MediVerticals.com is our website. And if you wish to look for me directly, just search for Ahmad Siddiqui on LinkedIn or just Google me. You should find me number one there. Ahmad spells as Ahmad, last name Siddiqui, Siddiqui. And you should see my LinkedIn on the top, and then MediVerticals should be right there next to it.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining us on RevTalks today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Of
Thank you very much, Mason. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and thank you to RevTalks also.
course, anytime.